Today we're on our way for a 3-month checkup with the doctor, and I thought I would take you all with us. We both have been doing so well, and we're just gonna see what the doctor says, you know. Jim talking about, oh no. So anyway, before we get there, for those of you who do not know, I am Kimmy, and this is...
Hey everybody, this is Jeff. How y'all doing?
Hey, so that's Jeffrey, and we're both on a healthy weight loss journey. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about, and just so you know, we're doing Weight Watchers, okay? This is gonna be a real casual video. Well, most of them are anyway, right? But anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things that I've been up to, and then we're gonna interview Jeffrey, or let him talk a little bit about what his expectations are about going to the doctor. He has sometimes been a little anxious about going, so we're going to see how he feels about going today, since he's been really doing his thing with his weight, and see. But for me, guys, I want to tell y'all, so I was shaving my lip the other day, and I cut myself. Let me see, can you see it? Right there. Have you ever cut yourself while shaving? I had just a couple little hairs on my mouth part up here, and I was like, doggone it, and I cut myself. And it hurt like the dickens. I mean, it was a little cut. So anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all that. I don't know, I had to tell somebody I cut my lip. And then actually I went out, and this Atlanta traffic be making me so nervous, y'all. It's crowded out here this morning. And we couldn't even eat last night because, you know, well, we ate a little snack around midnight. Might have been a little bit after midnight, because they didn't tell us to fast, but I want them to check our A1C today too. So this is not our annual visit. We are going for just a checkup. So I think as we get older, sometimes we do have insurance. We have Obamacare. That's what it's referred to mostly. So we don't have it from a company anymore. So our copay is like $50. So I just wanted to invest. I consider that an investment in just getting a checkup. But I was talking about what happened with my lips. So anyway, I had to go out that same day, and a couple people said, oh, you got something red right there, because, you know, it takes a minute for the blood to dry up. And it was so funny. I said, it looked like I don't know how to put on my lipstick at this age, because it was, you know, looking red there. So I had 2 people to say something. Everybody else, they might have saw it, but they didn't say anything. So I don't know who is better, the ones that said something or the ones that didn't. And I knew they were going to say something. I already knew somebody was going to say something about it, because it was so evident the first day it happened. So then that was one thing I wanted to share with y'all. The second thing was, sometimes you want a new look with your hair. My sister told me, she said, change your part out. So I used to wear my part on the side, but if you can see, I kind of put it down the middle, not the middle, but on the, not the full side, but a 3/4 side. How about that? And I just loved my hair, because I was fussing the other day, and I said, I think I'm going to get my hair cut. Now you may be saying, Kimmy, you ain't got that much hair to cut anyway, but I wanted it cut into a style, and every time I try to do that, it goes bad. I tried it 2 other times, and the person just couldn't cut my hair right. So when my sister said that, I said, that's a good idea. So I changed it up, and I just love my little part right here on this side like that. So it just gave me a fresh look, and I just felt a little younger and a little flyer, you know. So anyway, now we'll get to Jeffrey, and we'll ask him how he's feeling this morning about his appointment. So I'm personally feeling pretty good about today. I really want to know what my A1C is. So today we're going to film us going to the doctor and what some of that looks like. And then once we get the test results, we'll share that. They usually are pretty quick about it. So let's go to Jeffrey. Jeffrey?
Hey,
so
everybody.
He's driving, so we'll just look from the side view here. So how are you feeling about how do you normally feel about going to the doctor, first of all?
Nervous.
Why?
Oh, because you know, it's usually going to be something dealing with my blood pressure or something along those lines. It's usually, I should say usually, but as of late, it has been high, and issues and what have you with that. So that's kind of the norm. And then they talk about my weight and what have you. We need to be careful about this and be careful, watch for that. So normally that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But for this one,
do you mind sharing how long it's been? I know it's been almost 2 years, right?
It's been, yeah, at least a good 2 years of issues with blood pressure and being too high ever
you can tell your story. I don't usually talk too much about your
Well, I
story.
mean, the story
It's
is
our story.
Our story. I mean, the story that we had a lot of death in the last few years, and they were back to back almost. And then on top of that, we had the pandemic, and that went on for almost 3 years. So you got all that going on, and then you're trying to take care of yourself or lack thereof. And so you go to the doctor, then it shows. So the last, I don't know, since October, as I've mentioned before, October the 25th was the date that I went to the doctor over. I think where we're going to right now was in the doctor's office.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, and after I sat in there and I told Kim after the doctor left, I said, this is going to be the last time that they have some sort of, bad report of the same thing, rather. Let me put it this way, of the same thing. So after that, I started my mission, my point in life that I'm going to change, make that change, like Michael Jackson said. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And so because of that, I've lost close to 37 pounds. And hopefully we'll see what as far as blood pressure. But you go to the doctor, it always fluctuates. So I brought with me my chart because I keep track of my blood pressure. So I'm not expecting anything crazy, but on the other hand, you never know. When we get in there, we'll see. But I'm not worried about it regardless. In opposed to going in there before, I know that I've made positive changes and continue to make those adjustments, those changes as I continue to work on my health. I told Kim that I had set within the WeightWatchers app, because that's what we are using, WeightWatchers as kind of a guide. I set my goal weight. It wasn't my real goal weight because I didn't know what I wanted to be, because after talking about with Kim, I didn't know what my weight was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I never remembered. I don't remember what it was. So I don't have anything to go by, in opposed to maybe just what my clothes, some old clothes. But I don't know what my weight was, like a certain number. So with that being said, I'm in uncharted territories. I know it's not, but at least where I can remember and document. So I reached my first. I didn't set like 100 pounds as my goal weight. I did it like in increments. So I set it like I think it's now. It's 35 pounds. I did a 35-pound increment as my initial goal weight, and I reached that last week. So I adjusted it another 15, 20 pounds, I think, in the app. So that way it's a mental thing. It won't be like, oh my goodness, I got to lose 100 pounds, and then that seems like a big number. But if you do it in increments, at least for me, everybody might be different. But for me, that's what I'm doing. And then when I get to that goal weight, the second goal weight, then I'll make those adjustments. So I'll change it. So I'm feeling okay. We're gonna get in there, and I'll be able to sit there and relax. Because normally when we go to the urgent care, the last few visits that we've gone, like before we went out of town, we wanted to go over there and just kind of get an idea what my blood pressure was. And normally they had to check it twice. The first time you kind of sitting and you're getting in there, and then after you sit down about like 15 minutes or so, 10 minutes, and they come back and check, and it's usually a lot lower. So either way, I'm not too worried, because I know what it's been like at the house, and it hasn't been some crazy number. It'll be the first couple of readings. When you look at these different machines, some of them, these good machines, they will take an average of 3 readings almost back to back, and then they kind of go with what your lowest one is. I don't know if it's, but anyway, you kind of do an average.
Does your machine do that?
No, it's just basic. It's just a straight.
Oh, I was like, do our machine do all that?
No, I don't do that. It's just a straight whatever it is. So, yeah. So having said all of that, I'm not too concerned. We went to the Another doctor a couple weeks ago, and the blood pressure was pretty decent. So, and he was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So he gave me a good high five. Hey, look, you're doing good with your weight and your blood pressure, and keep track on that. So that's what I'm doing.
They actually thought he had a little bit of, and for myself 2 years ago, because my blood pressure was elevated several times. One time it was so bad after we got back from a vacation about 10 years ago, my lips were quivering, and I thought I was having a stroke because I got up there and I ate. I'm gonna pull the camera back on me. I got up there and ate, and we were in Detroit, where we're from. And I ate all my favorite foods. Got back here, wasn't taking my blood pressure pills. My lip was quivering. I'm sitting at work, and a doctor. I used to work at an urgent care center, and she, the nurse took my temperature. I mean, not temperature. The nurse took my blood pressure. She was like, "You need to go to the ER right away." So I went to the ER, and they just gave me a bunch of water to drink. Yeah, a bunch of water to drink, and made sure I went home and started taking my pills and stuff. Really, I just always have taken a water pill. They tried to put me on like amlodipine and all that different stuff, but for me, I just didn't want to take that. So so far it's been good, actually, for the past maybe 7 years, I guess. But they thought that I and Jeffrey at one time had white coat syndrome. If you're not familiar with white coat syndrome, it's where every time you go to the doctor, your blood pressure is elevated. They even told my sister that too, because her blood pressure was elevated. So white coat syndrome is when you go to the doctor and you're afraid, of going to the doctor. As soon as you see that white coat, everything changes. And I don't think that that's what it was. We both know, and even my sister, we know what we've been eating, and it's not the white coat syndrome. But we appreciate them trying to help us out. But the numbers do not lie, and I always ask you all, do you know your numbers? Do you know your numbers? What is your blood pressure? What is your cholesterol? What is the good cholesterol? What is your bad cholesterol? What is your A1C? That's your blood sugar number. So you need to know those numbers. What is your weight? We don't worship at the scale of the weight. Did I say that right? We don't worship at the scale. At the scale, talking about weight. So we ain't worried about the number on the scale. A little bit we are. But what are your overall numbers? Because Jeffrey, in the past, would you have said that you knew what your A1C is as a man? Would you have known what your A1C and blood pressure, and super concerned about all those numbers, like, 10 years ago, 20 years ago,
no,
30 years ago?
I've been taking blood pressure medicine, but I didn't have a what you call it, thing at the house.
Blood pressure machine?
Yeah, I didn't have one at the house until maybe 5-6 years ago. Prior to that, I had been taking blood pressure medicine, but I didn't have anything at the house. So now, in the last 5 years or so, I've been trying to be more tuned, at least have something at the house, and even more so since the last 3 years or so.
How about the A1C and all that high cholesterol, low cholesterol? Were you really in tune with all of those numbers and stuff prior to the last couple of years?
No, I mean, they'd give you, you go to your annual and they give you your numbers and they tell you whatever. And after that, you just kind of go about your business, but not where I'm, okay, let me know about this and let me know about that. Give me this number. No.
But now.
So now I'm more paying attention to be specific. And that's as you get older. Because as you get older, things, what you used to do before and kind of get away with it, you can't do it as you start getting older.
And I like that phrase, paying attention, not to cut you off. Because a lot of times we just frankly don't pay attention. We know what's going on with The Bachelor. We know what's going on with American Idol. We know what's going on with all these shows. Who's winning, who's losing, who's losing. Farmer Wants a Wife. We know all these different shows and what's going on there, but we don't know what's going on with our own health. Same thing with money, because I can go on another money tangent, but this ain't that channel. So I appreciate you saying just paying attention. So you don't have to be a fanatic about anything, but you should know your basic overall health numbers because it's an indicator of what's going on with your body, and you only get one. So fortunately, we are taking time to work on our health. We waited, at this age, at this stage, but it's all good. As long as you wake up every day, you got a chance to make a change. All right, so we'll be back shortly and give you some updates, okay? Bye.
Bye now.
We'll be back. All right, so we made it here to the doctor's office. As you can see, we're going to go in now, and we'll be back and tell you what's going on. All right. Bye. This is why people don't go to the doctor, y'all. We still sitting here an hour and a half later. I know it's not a good reason not to go to the doctor, but sometimes you just sitting here and you thinking, I could be doing something else. I feel okay. But until they draw that blood, do those numbers, you really don't know. You don't. But as you can see, I'm tired now. I woke up, now I'm like exhausted. We're hungry. We've been fasting and still waiting. Been here an hour and a half. Yep. Well, I'll be back. Go to the doctor even though you have to wait. Because you got to know those numbers. You got to. You want to say something, Joe?
Somebody got cheeseburgers on.
All right, y'all. We're hungry and tired, but we're not leaving till they draw this blood.
Yeah.
And check our A1C and HL. What is it? HL? I can't even think. Cholesterol. All right. We'll be back. So we just figured out probably why we're waiting so long. Back in the day it would be 3-4 doctors in one office. And now with the cutbacks and shortages everywhere, every field, we have a PA that we see. We love him. That's why we're here. He's not even a doctor. But he's the only one here servicing probably 7 patients. Because we can hear people in the different rooms and stuff, So it is what it is. But we just figured it out. They got one person. And like I said, he's not even an MD. But he is the bomb.com, y'all. He been with us. We've been coming here for 2 years. So. All right. We hungry. Hungry. So we just figured out probably why we're waiting so long. Back in the day it would be 3-4 doctors in one office. And now with the cutbacks and shortages everywhere, every field, we have a PA that we see. We love him. That's why we're here. He's not even a doctor. But he's the only one here servicing probably 7 patients. Because we can hear people in the different rooms and stuff, So it is what it is. But we just figured it out. They got one person. And like I said, he's not even an MD. But he is the bomb.com, y'all. He been with us. We've been coming here for 2 years. So. All right. We hungry. Hungry. So we are finally leaving the doctor after 2 hours. I'm telling you. But we got some good news, so let's get to it. I'll talk out here for a minute. So the doctor was so excited for Jeffrey's weight loss. He was down 31 pounds since his last visit. I was down 7 or 9. I can't remember. I think it was 7. And they want to see us again in 3 months. They did some lab work, so once we get our A1Cs back, we'll share that because we're hoping it went down some. We didn't have to pay for the visit today. That was a blessing. However, we had to pay for the blood work. That was $36, so that was worth it. So now we got to go find something to eat. I still think Jeffrey's a little stressed when he comes to the doctor. His blood pressure was not where he wants it. It wasn't off the chart crazy. It's better, but I think he's still a little anxious when he comes. Are you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I was sitting there when they checked it last time. They didn't stuck me twice because they always have problems trying to do my blood.
Yeah, he's a hard stick. They call it.
So they stuck me in both arms.
Let me see your arms. Yeah, look at that.
My arms.
Let me see the other one. Look at my baby.
So they just stuck me, and then I had to go to the go to the bathroom. And
let me ask you, when you talking about that urine,
you're supposed to do it with a empty bladder. So
well, no, not that part. I wanted to ask you, do you think the lemon water is making you go to the bathroom more?
I don't know. I took some water this morning.
Oh, he drank a lot of water this morning. He's probably trying to get his veins ready, huh?
Yeah.
For your blood work?
I guess, I don't know.
He drank a lot of water right now anyway. But anyway, overall, the visit went well.
My average, on the machine, I brought my machine. He checked my numbers I check at home. So, my average is like 135 over 76 or something like that. That's average for right now. So,
that's good. Oh yeah, now he loved his averages at home, and that's what the doctor went by. I don't know why it's always slightly elevated here. She did check it again manually. Also, we had a couple tips for you guys. Do not have a Halls or any kind of sugar before you go to get your A1C checked, because we were getting ready. We just put a Halls in our mouth actually, and she said, oh no, you can't do that. Have you been fasting? We were like, yeah. So she said even a Halls has some sugar in it, so that could throw off your number. So don't have anything completely fast if you're having your A1C checked. And your A1C, just for those of you who do not know, checks your blood sugar, but it also is a 3-month average range of what is going on with you. Also, one other thing I have this little cyst on my thumb. I don't know, you can see it. There you go. That little cyst. I forgot what he told me it's called. Do you remember?
You wrote it down.
I wrote it down, but I'm on my phone, so I can't tell you. But anyway, so anytime you see any kind of bumps or lumps on you, get it checked out. So he said it's just fluid from the ligaments, basically. Because I asked him, was it water? He says it's thicker. So he said it's usually as big as it's going to get. Like, I've had it probably for a month or so. It shouldn't get any bigger. I noticed it'll swell up maybe when I have too much salt. Everything related to salt. So anyway, I'm not worried about it right now, and he wasn't worried about it either. So overall, the visit went well. Like I said, when we get our A1C results, we'll come back and add this to the video. And just stay on top of your numbers, guys. We'll be coming every 3 months. It was free, I guess, for a 3-month checkup. One other tip too is with Aetna, depending on your insurance, check it, because ours now wants us to have our medications written for 90 days instead of 30. And if it's written for 30, they won't cover it. So that's just another tip. So, this channel, we talk about everything health related and then some, because everything is related to your health. So make sure you find out if your prescriptions need to be written for 30 days or 90 days. And one other positive thought I just came up with as I was saying that to you, the doctor is really hoping in 30 days, the 3-month checkup, they can take Jeff off of some of his medication. So that was exciting. So we're going to find out in 3 more months. So anyway, I hope all is well with you where you are in your health. Stay on top of those numbers, and we'll see you later. This is Kimmi and
Jeff.
All right, guys. Until later.
See you in a little bit. Bye now.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. All right. Bye. Hey, guys. So we got our test results in from the doctor's visit the other day. So we wanted to add this to the video as promised. And it went very well. So guess what? I'll tell you about my results, and then Jeffrey can tell you his. So my A1C went from 6.1 to 5.9. So we are headed in the right direction. I had a total of 26 pounds weight loss at the time of that visit, which was great. The doctor was still impressed with both of us doing so well. And I'm excited. And my resting blood sugar, that's when they test it when you first get there or whatever, from not eating was only 76. So my sister's in the medical space, and she was like, that's like a child. So that is really good, especially to be in my age bracket. So I was ecstatic. So Jeffrey can tell you his results, what he'd like to share.
Yeah, so I'll try to work my way back. So Kim's numbers was, as far as the glucose or the resting for me, was 90, which was good. And my A1C before was 6.5, but that went down to 5.9. We've had it before when we went to the doctor, and both of our numbers were the same. So usually if couples, if they're eating the same thing, they can, I just can't say that, but for us, we pretty much match up when it comes to, for the most part, at least this time anyway. This time before last, our numbers were a little bit different, but now they're at the same, and we're looking to bring them down. And officially on his chart, as far as the weight, it was 31 pounds, but that was more because you're way different when you're at home. So as of last week, it was 37 pounds that I had, not at the doctor's office, but just my own records. So yeah, that was good. He was equally ecstatic. They were like, what have you been doing? I told them we've both been exercising and watching what we've been eating. So it's been working. It's been paying off.
That was a 6-month checkup. So we'll be going every 3. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we didn't have to pay anything for the visit. So check and see if your insurance covers regular checkups. So now that I know we didn't have to pay, we'll keep going every 3 months. Now, we did have to pay for the blood work. I kind of recall saying that during the other part of the video, but we are, if I did repeat it, it's okay. But we're on another day, so I don't remember. Y'all know I got that other thing going on too. Sometimes I just don't remember stuff. But anyway, we had to pay for the blood work, which I don't mind paying for the lab work so we can know what's up. So know your numbers. So our A1Cs both went down. We both have lost weight. It's been 6 months for Jeffrey. Been more like a year for me. But these numbers that we just gave you today is from a 6-month checkup for both of us. All right. So until next time, guys, I'm Kimmi.
And Jeff. We'll see you next go around.
All right. Bye.
Bye now.